Hello and welcome to the Color and Motion Butterfly Attendant training presented by the Foellinger-Freimann Botanical Conservatory. The goals for this training session are to understand the Color and Motion live butterfly exhibit and become more comfortable with key techniques as an entry and/or exit vestibule attendant. Now for a little bit about Color and Motion. First off, the Color and Motion live butterfly exhibit happens at the Foellinger-Freimann Botanical Conservatory, which is an anchor in Fort Wayne's Grand Wayne Hospitality District. This Grand Wayne Hospitality District is one of 4 key districts in downtown Fort Wayne. Color and Motion is the single highest attended showcase exhibit at the Botanical Conservatory, attracting over 25,000 visitors in just 9 weeks. This exhibit also represents the highest visitor density that we experience all year. Color and Motion itself is a reference to the beauty of butterflies as they flutter about. It is also reflected in a colorful landscape surrounding the exhibit tent. Now for more about the butterflies themselves that make Color and Motion so special. Butterflies are a wonder of nature that refract light from their colored, shingle-like scales for an unmatched natural beauty. They are also important pollinators ecologically. Butterflies within the Color and Motion exhibit are non-native species, meaning as a USDA containment facility, the Foellinger-Freimann Botanical Conservatory is responsible to ensure no butterflies escape our display tent. The butterflies utilized in the exhibit live their entire lives at the Foellinger-Freimann Botanical Conservatory, which is typically just 3 weeks or so. These butterflies are non-endangered species utilized for education and enjoyment. The species in the exhibit are native to Africa, Asia, and Central/South America. The U.S. government, through the USDA, is responsible for the regulations governing the Color and Motion exhibit. Containment of butterflies includes proper handling of dead butterflies, which cannot leave the exhibit tent. If you find dead butterflies in the tent, either phone for a supervisor or place the butterfly in a discreet location where it can properly be disposed of later in the day. Should guests ask what happens at the end of the butterfly exhibit, explain the short lifespan of butterflies, that we wane our population numbers towards the end of the exhibit, and that any remaining butterflies are contained in accordance with USDA regulations. Visitors to the Color and Motion butterfly exhibit can enjoy watching butterflies hatch at our hatching lab observation windows, just to the east of the exhibit tent. These windows offer a unique opportunity to view the inner workings of the top-secret hatching lab. Only certified bug wranglers are allowed in the lab, which is not asked of butterfly attendants. Butterflies on display underwent a 4-stage life cycle prior to flying in the tent, called complete metamorphosis. Butterflies feed on flower nectar or rotting fruit. They are not predatory insects. Butterfly host plants are not permitted within the exhibit. Host plants allow for butterflies to lay eggs and for caterpillars to eat when hatched. This prevents life cycle development within the exhibit. Now to get into the nitty-gritty of butterfly attendance. Our butterfly attendants help secure our butterfly exhibit while ensuring that visitors have a positive experience. Some of the responsibilities of our butterfly attendants include the control of doors to manage visitor flow and to prevent butterfly escapes, greeting, welcoming, and thanking visitors during their exhibit experience, keeping handheld radios charged, allowing them to maintain communication with supervisors and other staff as needed, visually checking for butterflies before opening the inner doors to ensure that no butterflies will enter the vestibules, and then of course answering visitor questions and helping build excitement for the visit. Fortunately, as butterfly attendants, you are not on your own. The Botanical Conservatory supervisory team takes turns as point persons each shift every day to support our valuable team members. Just call for your site supervisor when you have a question, need a break, see a problem, or want a further refresher on any protocols. Helping our butterfly attendants achieve their goals is the exhibit signage. Before entry, the exhibit signage states that no strollers, food, or drink is to be in the tent. gives the visitor a little bit more information about how to enter, and then gives them the rules for what's inside. In the tent, the signs ask them not to run, not to pick or remove flowers, not to catch or pick up butterflies, to keep the butterflies in the tent, and gives them a little bit of instruction on how to exit. One of the most important things as a butterfly attendant is to maintain control of the doors. It is important to only open one door at a time, so that when the inner door is open, the outer door is closed, and vice versa. This is an example of the exit vestibule, wherein you'll see the inner door is open, which will allow the guests to exit the butterfly tent. The outer door is closed and locked to make sure that we have time for inspection. You'll see here that we've closed the inner door and have now opened the outer door. The inner door during this period is locked, which will prevent anyone from entering the exit vestibule while the outer door is open. Before you opened the outer door, as an exit attendant, you would have done a butterfly check to make sure that there were no hitchhikers on their way out of the tent. Now for more on our entry attendants. Entry attendants administer guest entry while orienting them to the display tent. Specifically, entry attendants are posted inside the entry vestibule, where they unlock and open the outer door while greeting and inviting groups into the vestibule. Once groups are inside the vestibule, they relock the outer door. They then give information and mention rules to the group members. Entry attendants will then visually check for butterflies before unlocking the inner door and inviting groups into the exhibit tent. They will then check for and capture and maybe return any rogues to the display tent. They then relock the inner door once clear. The entry attendant will then repeat this process by inviting the next group at the front of the line, if applicable. As entry attendants, it's important that we make sure no food, drinks, wedding flowers, or strollers are allowed inside the tent. Suggest that guests place items on available benches or on top of the concrete walls outside of the exhibit. Also, please suggest that any open bags be closed. Walkers and wheelchairs are of course permitted in the exhibit. Suggested group size within the vestibule is no more than 5, while no more than 30 individuals should be in the tent at a given time. Use your best judgment to help limit group sizes, as fewer people in the tent is better. Now to see an entry attendant in action.
Hello! Hi! Welcome to our live butterfly exhibit, Color in Motion. Come on in. Have you visited before?
Yes.
Welcome back. We're so happy to have you. It's very important inside of the tent to follow all the rules that are posted. Please make sure to keep all butterflies inside. Very important. If you happen to see a butterfly that's escaped outside of the tent, please inform staff immediately. Over this way, when you are ready to exit, the attendant over there will let you in. Any questions before you go?
No.
Okay. Right this way. Enjoy and have fun.
Now for more on our exit attendants. Exit attendants administer guests exiting and visually inspect for butterflies. Specifically, exit attendants are posted inside the exit vestibule, where they ask groups if they are ready to exit the display tent. Visually check for butterflies when unlocking the inner door before inviting groups into the exit vestibule. Relock inner doors once the group is inside of the exit vestibule. Take the time to thoroughly inspect individuals for hitchhiking or rogue butterflies. Capture and return the rogues to the display tent, relocking the inner door once the vestibule is clear. Exit attendants are also responsible for spotting eggs. If an egg is found, gently brush it off with the provided wipe into a small cup and hold to the side for staff. Unlock the outer door, inviting the group to fully exit, then relock the outer door once the group has exited. After the group has exited, the exit attendant will repeat this process and invite the next group from inside the display tent, if applicable. And now we get to see one of our exit attendants in action.
Hi. Is everyone in your group ready to exit?
Yes.
Please help make sure that you bring no butterflies with you, okay? Okay. Break this way. Now I'm going to ask that you thoroughly check yourselves and each other. You can look in the mirror to make sure there are no butterflies on you. Really shake it out. Fluff your hair and check your first tooth, please. Okay, no butterflies. Remember, it is important that no butterflies escape the tent. If you do see a butterfly that has escaped, please make sure to inform staff immediately. Also, enjoy the rest of your visit and don't forget to visit the tropical and desert gardens too. Hope to see you again soon.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. Very good.
During this training, you may have been hearing the word rogue butterfly and wondered what all that entailed. Well, rogue butterflies are butterflies that have exited the butterfly tent into the entry or exit vestibule. So they're still contained, but they are on the loose. For these butterflies, we recommend either using the scissor hold or the provided butterfly net to capture the rogue butterfly, while ensuring that the outer door to the vestibule remains closed and locked to prevent escapes. Rogue butterflies are common, but if there's a rogue inside the entry or exit vestibule and you would like assistance, please radio the supervisor. You'll radio your name to the supervisor's name. Could I please have assistance with a rogue butterfly in whichever vestibule you're in? If you do not remember the supervisor's name, that is totally fine. Just say your name to supervisor. And now for an example of the scissor hold. Escaped butterflies are really where the rubber hits the road. Escaped butterflies are butterflies that have exited the butterfly tent into the gardens. Escapes are serious and must be recaptured and returned to the exhibit tent to keep us in USDA compliance. Upon learning of an escape, radio the team. This is your name. We have an escaped butterfly. Upon hearing this radio prompt, all staff who are able will participate in recapturing the butterfly. If the guest is amenable, please ask them to hang behind until a supervisor is able to ask them further information on the sighting. When a guest reports an escape, it is essential to ask for a description of the butterfly and in what location they last saw the butterfly. During escapes, we do ask that you shut down your vestibule to prevent any more visitors from entering the tent. If a visitor needs to exit urgently, we'd ask that you do a thorough check before allowing them to exit. Now for key preparations for butterfly attendants and takeaways from this training. We do ask that all of our butterfly attendants arrive in time to park, sign in, and prepare for duty. Preparing for duty includes checking your radio for proper volume and channel to ensure that you're in communication with our staff. We also want our attendants to make sure the fan is turned on and facing the inner door to the tent, which will help you prevent escapes. We do ask that you bring a book or small project to pass spare time, and we implore you to ask for breaks when you need them. Please take advantage of the cool beverages available for attendants in the entry and exit vestibules. We do ask that these beverages stay inside of the vestibules and do not enter the exhibit tent itself. We also need to maintain positive and welcoming demeanors inside the tent. Especially when enforcing rules, it's important that we keep a smile on our faces and provide that Hoosier hospitality that the Botanical Conservatory has become known for. Make sure to call on your site supervisor when you need assistance. They are here for you. And of course, we want you to enjoy your time in our uniquely beautiful setting. Lastly, thank you for taking the time to participate in our butterfly training. We would now ask you to take the quiz by snapping the QR code or clicking the link below. Since 2003, the Foellinger-Freimann Botanical Conservatory has offered annual live butterfly exhibits, and we cannot do it without you.